Now, this next team, I think we can just give an A and move on because you sign one player and it's automatically an A if it's this player specifically. And we are talking, of course, about RSL. In the door, Chicho Arango from Pachuca, formerly of LAFC, as well as making Brian Ojeda from Nottingham Forest permanent. Out the door, Justin Miram, but that was a while ago. Two good players in, I believe, spending close to $15 million in fees, and one player out on the wings. Listen, that's an A. RSL currently sitting third in the Western Conference, even on points with LAFC, 4 points behind St.
Third.
Louis.
That's
Right? How
crazy.
crazy is that? This is why we love this league too, right? Because you've got teams that are going from last year they were barely in, yeah, seventh. On the last day they make it in. One or two players they come up and boom, now you're fighting for the top spots, right? It's a great little look for them. The addition of one of the best strikers in league history in his time here instantly makes it an A. Big fan of them making Ojeda permanent as well, and not losing a ton either. Right? They didn't go out and lose a ton of players. I am so excited to watch Aranjo play in this team. I think he's going to ruin players. It gives Julio the opportunity to play out on the wing, Diego Luna underneath him, Krylak helping out with, anybody, Ojeda in the back with Ruiz. They've got so many different options that they can work with. Forgot Moises Nyman's on this team too.
Yeah, I just saw his name there.
Yeah. Could have done a little bit more in the back, maybe, with Eric Holt being down. So maybe I go A minus because they could have done a little bit more defensively. Other than that, big fan of what they've done.
Yeah, so I know I kind of talked about this team already when we were talking about Leagues Cup. And, in past years, I've always definitely been down on RSL because I feel like on paper, I was just like, I don't understand how this team is doing well. Like, I don't get it when I looked at the team on paper. I was like, this team should not be performing as well as they have been. This is, I would say, the first time that since I've been following the league, which hasn't been very long, but the first time since I've been following the league where I look at this team on paper and I fully believe that this team deserves to be where they are in the standings. I mean, on paper, this team they look so good. Like you said, adding Araujo, that's amazing. One of the best strikers in the league in the last few years. On top of an already stacked attack with Anderson Julio, Carlos Gomez, Jefferson Savarino, Diego Luna, who's just coming up now. Then everybody behind them is fantastic as well. Ojeda, like you said, Demir Krylak, Pablo Ruiz. We've seen Pablo Ruiz really flourish in this league so far. And then in the back, that's probably the one area where, exactly as you said, they probably could have done a little bit more, but I mean, they're solid enough that they're third in the league. So defensively, they're fine. I think they could be better. 34 goals conceded is a lot for a playoff team. I think it's actually the most for a playoff team in the Western Conference right now. So definitely a spot they probably could have and should have improved a bit more. But, MLS 4 5.0, whatever we're at, score 7 goals, only concede 6, you win games. So I'm right on board with you with an A minus. I think if they had added a little bit more to the defense, it'd be an A, right up there with Inter Miami, even though Miami was an A plus for me. Um, but yeah, without the defense, only an A minus.
That was a really great line you did there with, score seven, concede six, still win a game. Where'd you get that?
I don't know. It just comes to me. I can't explain it.
I think we should go back to the tape from Monday's episode. I feel like I've heard that before.
I deleted the tape. I don't know what tape you're talking about.
Yeah.